Two merchants, both alike in revenue, in gray Manhattan where we set our scene.
To sell their wares, make violence, and do such acts as make their...
Excuse me, but why are you talking like that?
Yeah, Oregano's right. Do you think any of these people can understand you?
I think she's talking about a fight.
Well, why doesn't she just say so, Master Risotto?
I'd like to know that myself, good prosciutto.
We were speaking in iambic pentameter.
Icelandic what?
Iambic pentameter. You know, the stuff Shakespeare used.
Yes, we must speak in poetry that's writ, with 5 iambs upon each line of verse.
She's doing it again.
You're not, good male. I shall explain. Here it is, iambic pentameter. Poetry written in lines of 5 iambs, each iamb being 2 syllables with the stress on the second syllable.
Thank you, Master Romano. Now I understand. Let's try. Risotto, you have the first iamb. Carpaccio, the second.
I shall make the third.
I step forth to be fourth.
And I will take the 5th.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here are a few examples of Shakespeare's iambic pentameter.
Shall I,
Compare
Thee two, us some,
Mers Day.
Or,
if mu,
Zick be
the food
of love,
Play on.
and of course the most famous of Shakespeare's lines.
to be,
or not?
To be.
that is,
The what?
That doesn't sound right for
Well,
antipasto.
it's not my fault. Pesto here made me say it.
You have to remember, not every single line sounds just the same, but some will add a syllable or two.
Or change the meter just a bit to draw attention to something.
Excuse me, may I borrow this? Ah, just as I suspected, this play was indeed not written by William Shakespeare.
It wasn't?
nope,
then we can talk however we want.
that's right.
But couldn't we at least say Marion forsooth once in a while?
Fine, marry, forsooth, and even the occasional methinks, if you must.
Well, in that case, good risotto, methinks it's time to begin the play. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the most tragical comedy, Romeo and Winifred, in 2.5 acts.
Don't you mean Romeo and Juliet?
I told you, this play wasn't written by Shakespeare. This one's a parody.
A pair of what?
Hang on. A parody, a literary work that imitates another literary work, often in a comic style.
Well, if these people are going to understand something about the parody, shouldn't they know something about the original?
That's exactly right, Antipasto, and that's why we've got 2 families here, all the way from Verona, Italy, the Montagues and the Capulets. Yeah, baby. Let's play Family Feud. Lord Capulet, says here you're the head of a noble family, but let's see how you do playing the feud. Today's category. We asked 100 people who died in Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. Can you give us a guess?
Oh, let me see. His son Romeo crashed that party we gave and started dancing with my daughter Juliet. Our nephew Tybalt was pretty upset with him, and as I recall, he even tried to fight him in the street.
But Romeo didn't fight.
I know, but then Romeo's friend Mercutio stepped in the way and got stabbed by Tybalt's sword, so I'm going to say Mercutio.
You say Mercutio. Survey says... Mercutio!
Woo! Good work.
Yes, sir.
All right, Lady Capulet, don't be nervous. Who died in Romeo and Juliet?
I remember Romeo came into the garden after he told Juliet he loved her. As I recall, our nurse helped them to plan a rendezvous to be married the next day by Friar Lawrence. So I'll say Friar Lawrence.
You say Friar Lawrence. Survey says...
Certainly didn't marry your brain, Steve.
No, I'm sorry. Friar Lawrence did marry Romeo and Juliet. However, he survived the play without a scratch. Okay, Lady Montague, who died in Romeo and Juliet?
Well, I remember our son Romeo telling us what had happened to Mercutio, and I seem to remember that he wanted revenge with Tybalt and fought and killed him. So I say Tybalt.
You say Tybalt. Survey says... Tybalt!
Yes! It's your fault.
Okay, Lord Montague. We already know about Mercutio and Tybalt. Who else died?
Let's see. Romeo was banished for killing Tybalt. Then Friar Lawrence gave Juliet a potion that would make her appear dead, and she was laid in the Capulet family tomb. But then Romeo showed up and thought she was dead, but there was somebody else outside the tomb. I think his name is Paris.
Such a nice young man. He was supposed to marry our Juliet, you know.
That's right, but Romeo killed him, so I'll say Paris.
You say Paris. Survey says... Paris!
Nice. Good answer, good answer.
Benvolio, you're a kinsman of the Montagues. Who died in Romeo and Juliet?
Can I pass, Steve?
Benvolio passes. Over to the nurse. You raised Juliet since the time she was a baby. There's one more answer left up there. Who died?
Well, after Paris died, Romeo went to the tomb and saw Juliet lying there. And the poor boy was so upset that he poisoned himself and died.
My poor dear son.
But then Juliet woke up and saw Romeo was dead, so she killed herself with his sword. The whole thing was such a shock to Benvolio that she swore she'd never fall in love again. The last I heard, she's still living with her parents.
I need an answer.
Oh, sorry. I'll say Romeo and Juliet.
You say Romeo and Juliet died in Romeo and Juliet. Survey says Romeo and Juliet. Let's win. Thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you next time.
So, Romeo and Juliet happened a few years back, but the descendants of the Capulets and the Montagues are still alive and living in New York. So now, if you would please adjust your television sets, you will find on the History Channel, The Lord and Lady Montague, and on MTV, Frank and Trish Capulet.
Hello, shoppers. Are you tired of all the crowds, the noise, and the bother of shopping in Manhattan?
Do you ever wish you could shop from the comfort of your own home, but still choose from all the finest designer labels?
Well, Montague's department stores have come to your rescue with our personalized home shopping service.
We'll send you one of our professional designer consultants to meet with you to learn your likes and dislikes. Then she'll return with a wide array of choices from Oscar de la Renta to Christian Dior.
At Montague's, we've taken the trouble out of shopping and left only the joys of owning the finest that New York has to offer.
Montague's, where service has always been our pleasure.
Hey folks, Crazy Capulet here, inviting you to rush right down to your local Capulet's Discount Mart for low prices on designer labels and more.
We've got Vera Wang, Giorgio Armani, Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger, and more. All at prices below retail. Does the sale start tomorrow? Does it start on Tuesday?
Hell no, at Capulet's everything is on sale all the time. Designer dresses for $69, tuxedos for $59. How about a pair of Milano Blahniks for $15? That's right, ladies, $15.
How can we sell so cheap? If we told you the secret, we really would be crazy. So walk down, drive down, hell, crawl down to your nearest Crazy Capulets for the ultimate New York shopping experience.
Crazy Capulets. With prices so low, we must be insane.
Needless to say, the Montagues...
Good day, Mrs. Hemsley. Welcome to the store.
And the Capulets.
Everything on that rack's a buck, lady.
Neither did their kin.
Employees. Whatever. And so, from forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life.
She's doing it again.
They take their life? This isn't one of those places where everyone winds up dead, is it?
Like Macbeth.
I think you mean Hamlet, Shakespeare's immortal tragedy of power and revenge.
She could be talking about Macbeth,
Don't-
Shakespeare's.
Don't say
Say
that
the
word.
word.
Don't you know it's bad luck to say the name of the Scottish play in a theater?
Do what we do.
One, two, three.
Haggis, McGregor, and bagpipes forever.
1, 2, 3. Haggis, McGregor, and bagpipes forever.
That was a close one. But hark! Methinks the Montagues approach.
And yonder come the Montagues.
Well. If it isn't the Capulets. I haven't seen this much Botox since the Kardashians were in town.
Well, Snooty Patootie Montague, what could that smell be?
I think it's, well, yes, it's vastly overinflated prices.
I thought so.
Do you hear something, Master Bassar?
Why, yes. Methinks I hear the sound of Walmart putting the Capulets out of business.
It's a beautiful song, isn't it?
Oh, like the sound of music.
I love that movie. You know the part where Maria's twirling around in the meadow, sing?
Yeah, and they got them puppets, and they sing that yodeling song.
Oh yeah, I love the puppet of the little goat.
Yeah, how'd I get that goat to sing anyway?
Hey,
Forsooth! Do you fellows mind? We are trying to trade insults here.
Oh, sorry.
So what do you say?
What do I say? I say your store is so low class, the elevators only go down.
Yeah.
Well, your customers have their noses so high, you have to write the prices on the ceiling.
Oh, yeah? Well, I hear at your store, they have a sign that says dissatisfaction guaranteed.
Yeah? Well, your prices are so high, they keep them on the roof.
Yes, sir.
Well, your salespeople are so ignorant, they think Gucci is something you say to a baby.
Yeah? Well, your mannequins are so ugly, you have to put curtains on the store windows.
Your clothes are so tacky, they stick to the wall.
Your dresses are so expensive, they come with a 30-year mortgage.
Well, your dresses are so ugly, you have to pay the customers to take them.
Well, your fashion consultants are so tasteless. They tell people to wear white shoes after Labor Day.
Your store is really not nice.
That's the best you can do? Not nice?
Sorry, guys. I hate to let you down.
Hey, it's okay, Vinny. You can't hit a home run every time.
Well, Tybalt, I believe you have one more shot.
Ah, yes. Well, I was just trying to think of a conversation that I had the other day with a customer. They were talking about how Montague's was so out of touch that they still have last year's styles still on the rack.
Do you clap your hands at me, sir?
Why, no! I clap my hands because I am happy. And I know it.
Swords, gentlemen!
We don't have any swords. This is a department store.
Belfsar, tell someone in sporting goods to order more swords.
Right away.
In the meantime, hands, gentlemen!
Stop, 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 stop. Look at yourselves. You look ridiculous. You there, what's your job?
Complaints department?
And you?
Ladies' accessories?
Well, I've got a complaint. I am sick and tired of having to break up these slap fights between a bunch of department store clerks. If you want to fight, go to the gym and learn how to fight. I was just in the middle of a half a dozen of Dunkin' Donuts when I had to break you guys up. Now, go back to work, all of you.
How now, Romeo?
How now? What are you, some kind of nut? Sorry about that, Romeo. What's up?
Woe is me.
Woe is you? I thought Romeo was you. Doesn't anybody in this place speak English?
What troubles you, good Master Romeo?
Do you want the long version or the short version?
Short.
Love.
Okay. Is there a version between the short and the long?
I'm sick with unrequited love, good friends. Fair Rosaline, who works at Bloomingdale's, has caught my eye, and I shall not sleep sound until I win her precious hand in love.
Hey, wasn't that an iambic pentameter?
Yeah, beautiful, ain't it?
So, are you gonna ask this girl out or what?
Oh, no, you don't. Don't even think about it. Bloomingdale's clerks are bad news, I am telling you. Abraham once dated a girl from Bloomie's, and he ended up with Laura Ashley curtains and a subscription to Martha Stewart Living.
She has a point.
I don't care. She's going to be at the Globe tonight, and I'm going to find her there.
The Globe? You mean the octagonal outdoor theater in London, where Shakespeare's plays were performed from 1599 until it caught fire during Henry VIII's performance in 1613?
No, I mean the nightclub on Bleecker Street.
Fine, as you like it.
As you like it? You mean the festive comedy by Shakespeare that intertwines humor with a sweet love story?
No. I mean, do what you want. Go to the Globe. We'll even go with you. But I promise you, we'll find you someone much better than this Rosaline girl. The last thing you need is to be dating someone from another department store.
And 2A is 3,000 ducats, shipping included.
I don't know, dude. You have to check with my, assistant person.
That would be me. I'm Max.
Nice to meet you. Max who?
Just Max. Now, first of all, these are dollars, not ducats. And second of all, that means cash. I do not take American Express.
I totally hate Plastic Man. It's like so bogus.
I really think you should consider option 2B, dear. The long-term payment plan with 0% interest would help us to sell our merchandise before we pay for it.
So, to be or not to be? That is the question. What's included in that option again?
50 cases of Kate Spade bags.
I totally dig Kate Spade, dude.
You do know this is pirated merchandise, right? They're not real.
No, I would never sell anything bogus.
Fine. Live in a fantasy world. Anyway, that's 50 cases of Kate Spade bags, 50 cases of Milano Blahnik shoes, and 100 cases of Ralph Lauren shirts.
Fine, but be sure to sew the tags in before you ship them out. I don't want anybody to know I'm selling the same fakes they have on the sidewalk.
It's all taken care of.
Who did you say you were again?
I'm a merchant from Venice.
Venice? You mean the stunningly romantic Italian city, nestled on a maze of canals at the edge of the Adriatic?
No, dude, like the totally gnarly beach in SoCal.
Shylock here can buy all the pirated merchandise he wants from overseas, but the fake labels are made right here in America.
This is New York.
Impressive, isn't it, Mr. Scoochie?
Well, Cousin Versace, it's big, it's noisy, and it's exciting, but I miss the romance of Verona.
I'll bet they have romance here. Why? Who knows? We might have just arrived in the middle of some fabulous love story.
That seems a bit unlikely. Besides, there's no story to match our hometown lovers, Romeo and Juliet.
Did you know that in the first draft of the play, her name was Winifred?
You don't say.
Yes, I do. So, are you ready for shopping?
My Montague's card is ready and waiting.
Ooh, they're too expensive for me. I'm headed to Capulets. Shall we meet for dinner?
Sure, 6 o'clock at Richard's on 3rd.
Richard's on... Richard the Third? Do you mean the crippled British warrior who murdered his way to the throne only to lose power in the final bloody act of Shakespeare's tragedy?
No, Richard's on 3rd, the Italian restaurant on 3rd Avenue.
You mean they have Italian food right here in New York?
Some country, huh?
Boy, if the Lord and Lady Montague ever find out about this, they are going to be furious.
You mean Romeo trying to date a girl from another department store?
No, Romeo wearing white after Labor Day.
Who is that young man?
Never seen him before in my life.
I don't know who he is, but he's got a bad case of Saturday Night Fever.
You mean he's hot and handsome and has dance moves that remind you of John Travolta in his prime?
No, I mean he's got Saturday Night Fever.
It's a mosquito-borne virus that causes a sudden, but thankfully temporary, loss of good taste, especially in the areas of personal grooming and clothing.
Sad when it takes someone so young.
Well, I think he's gorgeous. In fact, I think I shall fall instantly in love with him from across the room.
You can't fall instantly in love with him from across the room. You have to get to know him first.
Yeah, spend some time together. Find out what you have in common. Get to be friends first. There's always time for love later.
Later, this play only lasts 75 minutes, and we're already 25 minutes into it. When exactly do you think I have time for this leisurely courtship? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to powder my nose before I meet my beloved.
I never realized what stress the leads are under.
I'll say, I sure am glad I'm a minor character so I can kick back and enjoy the evening.
Sir Nicholas, who is yon maiden fair?
I beg your pardon?
He's not talking to you. He's talking to Nick here. He wants to know who that woman is over there.
I don't know. You want me to find out for you?
At once. Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright.
Oh, she doth she?
No offense, Romeo, but there aren't any torches in this place.
Well then, she doth teach the disco ball to burn bright.
Them fluorescent light bulbs in the bathroom is pretty bright. Do you have anything to do with that?
Oh, there's some pretty bright street lamps out front. Think she's in electrical business?
It's a metaphor, you idiots. She's beautiful, okay? I'm simply trying to make a poetic comparison between her radiance and that of the torches.
Oh, you mean the disco ball.
Yes, the disco ball. I'm smitten with love for for whoever that is, and my heart responds with a timeless poetic image that's completely lost on you dolts.
Wow, he sure is touchy.
Hey, I thought we came here because he was in love with Rosaline.
Well, you know Romeo. Rosalind last week, Jennifer Aniston the week for that, and the girl from The Bachelor week for that one. He's been with every girl in New York.
Except a Capulet.
Well, that goes without saying.
Hey, found out her name. Winifred Capulet. Has a nice ring to it.
Fair lady, may I have this dance with you?
Why, musicals are meant for those who dance. Here in this theater, we dramatic view, delight the viewers with the merest glance.
In other words, you have but 2 left feet.
Why, what a thing to say. Although it's true.
Then never mind the dance. Just take a seat, and I'll delight to sit and talk with you.
What would you talk about that I must sit? The weather, sports, or the latest fashion news?
Those topics fascinate, I must admit, but there's another I would rather choose. Whatever you are called, I do love you.
What a coincidence. I love you too.
Your time is up, young lovers. Now let's see. Your challenge was to fall in love in the length of a sonnet. That's just 14 lines of rhyme dynamic pentameter. Did they do it? Crowd? Aww. They sure did. Our 2 lovers. Everybody, give them a hand.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, everybody. We'll be here all week.
Hey, Romeo, just thought you'd want to know that's a really lame sonnet.
Hey, Steve, you try improvising a sonnet with a Shakespearean rhyme scheme while trying to impress a girl at the same time.
I'm just saying.
Good friends, I really am in love this time. She's
a Capulet.
What? Yeah, it's true. She's heir apparent to the Capulet discount throne. Nick found out from her nurse.
She has a nurse? Is she ill?
Nah, Lacey have some lady in the nurse uniform that hangs around the house. Nobody seems to know what she does there.
I must away to my beloved while she still lives.
She's not sick, I'm telling you.
This is so not going to end well. Come, Benvolio. We better follow him.
Why did my parents send you with me again?
Just in case you require any medical attention. I am trained in first aid and CPR, and I have a wide variety of bandages in fluorescent colors.
Honestly, they are so overprotective. I'm 15. What are the chances I'm going to need medical attention?
Why, anything can happen at your age. You are at prime risks for paper cuts and sunburn.
It's 8 o'clock at night in the middle of October. I don't think sunburn's going to be a problem.
Well, paper cuts then.
Do you see me holding any paper?
You could pick up some, or you could faint.
I'm not going to faint. Now, please tell me you've at least been slightly useful and figured out the name of my beloved.
Oh, yes. His name is Romeo Montague.
Montague?
Yeah, I think that's what his name was. Oh, dear. How exciting! My first medical emergency. All right. Let me see here. Okay, falling off a cliff, frequent abdominal pain, free subscription to Nurses Monthly. Ah, here it is. Fainting after discovering that your boyfriend is the son of your mortal enemy. First, check the patient's pulse. Romeo! Wait, I still have to treat you. It says here that fainting could be a sign of rabies.
Excuse me, nurse.
What is it? Are you ill? Do you feel faint? Do you have a paper cut?
I come to ask you the name of that fair maiden yonder.
Fair maid? Oh, you mean Winifred.
Winifred. Oh, what a beautiful name. I would sing a song to her, if I could sing.
If you could sing, you would have tried out for the musical, and I would be playing Romeo.
Good point. Where does young Winifred reside?
On a balcony on the Upper West Side. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must begin her treatment for rabies.
Rabies? Was she bitten by a vicious gerbil foaming at the mouth?
No, she fainted when I told her Romeo was a Montague.
You see, my kinsman, she loves me.
Yeah, I had a boyfriend who got sick every time he heard my name. Turned out it wasn't love, though.
We found them. We found them, Romeo. They took a cross-town bus.
But she asked the driver for a transfer.
Surely you're not thinking about taking a bus.
First of all, my name is Romeo, not Shirley. And B, Montagues never ride the bus. Balthazar, call me a taxi.
Sure thing, my kinsman. You're a taxi.
I think he meant call taxi for me.
Oh, sure, that's no problem. Come on, we can pick one up at the corner.
Please tell me she means one can pick us up on the corner.
Well, my daughter, what did you think of Paris?
Paris? You mean the romantic city of lights on the banks of the Seine, where the Eiffel Tower looks over centuries of French history?
No, my dear. Paris. The young man we wish you to marry.
But Father, I do not love Paris.
How can you not love Paris? The beautiful gardens, the art museums, the walk along the river?
Try to keep up with the conversation. They're talking about Paris Jones.
Well, how could you not love him? He's handsome and smart.
He's funny and charming.
And he has excellent taste in designer neckwear.
Oh, the guy with the dead fish tie.
Yeah, that's the one.
I don't care about his tie. I don't love him. My heart belongs to another.
To who?
You mean to whom?
Who are you, the grammar police?
Shouldn't it be? Whom are you?
To whom does your heart belong?
I can't say. It's embarrassing.
Embarrassing? I'll give you embarrassing. If you don't go to the movie with Paris tomorrow night, I'll show the video at your birthday party this weekend.
Father, no!
The video? What is it?
It's a recording technology whereby moving scenes with the live soundtrack can be preserved and replayed at will.
I think he was inquiring as to the content of this particular video.
Does it show her committing a horrible crime or colluding in a political scandal?
No, but it does show her when she was 2, running around the store wearing nothing but her Kermit the Frog diaper and discussing its contents in a loud voice.
Oh, wow.
Hark, what light from yonder window breaks.
That's it. That's your opening line. Hark, what light from yonder window breaks. You really know nothing about how to woo women, do you?
Will you give me a break here? I'm trying to play one of the most romantic scenes in all of literature. I don't need backup.
Oh, come on. We want to watch. Besides, how romantic could it be? What are you, like 16?
Well, the original Juliet was like 9.
Actually, she was 13.
Whatever. Look, I'll be 30 by the time I finish this scene if you guys don't leave me alone.
Okay, fine. We're going. For your breath.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo?
He's over here!
She said wherefore, not where. It means why.
Then why doesn't she just say why?
Because it doesn't fit the meter. Remember? Iambic pentameter?
Oh, right.
'Tis but thy name that is mine enemy. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? A petunia by any other name would smell as sweet. Or a gladiola. Or a... What's that noise?
A geranium.
I've never heard a geranium make that noise.
No, I mean, a geranium by any other name would smell as sweet. The noise was my Tic Tacs.
Thou may be a Montague, but thou hast fresh breath. Oh, I do love thee. But how did you come here to be in my garden?
With love's light wings did I o'erperch these walls.
Oh my gosh. How did you do that?
Well, Benvolio picked the lock on the garden gate, and Mercutio rewired the security system.
And the vicious attack dog?
T-bone steak.
You know, if my father found you here, he'd kill you.
Literally?
Well, maybe not kill you, but he'd be very upset and he'd probably ask you to leave.
Even in the face of such danger, my love for you shall not waver.
Listen, I appreciate the fresh breath and everything, but those rattling Tic Tacs are really annoying.
For your love, I shall throw away these Tic Tacs, even as I would throw away my name which offends you so.
I think you hit the cat. My dearest love.
Am I truly your dearest love?
No, I was talking about the cat. Her name is my dearest love. Would you truly change your name for me?
Of course.
Would you change it to Zac Efron?
Well, it doesn't really fit, I think.
Angel Food Thunder Thighs?
Seems a bit presumptuous. What about Romeo, the man Montague?
You're missing the point. The Montague's the problem.
Well, then I'll just be Romeo. Like Drake or Beyonce.
Well, all right. But I might still call you Zach when I'm feeling romantic.
And are you feeling romantic now?
My dear Zach, if you wish for me to be your wife, send me a message by 8:45 of the clock. Until then, parting is such a sweet sorrow that I say goodnight till it be Wednesday.
For my wife? Who said anything about getting married? I was thinking of dinner and a movie.
Come, Romeo. We must go to Friar Lawrence to make arrangements for your secret wedding.
But I don't want...
Tomorrow, you shall unite the houses of Capulet and Montague and end an age-old family feud.
Actually, it's only about 3 years old.
Hyperbole, my good friend. Hyperbole. Now, let us be off.
Did you see him?
Who are we looking for anyway?
The brazen man who danced with our fair cousin Winifred.
And why exactly are we concerned that Winifred danced with somebody?
What if he was a Montague? What if he professed his love to her in the garden? What if they run away and get married in secret by Friar Lawrence?
Don't you think you're being just a little bit paranoid?
Climbing over the back wall.
He was a Montague. He professed love to her in the garden.
You see? What would you have us do, good Master Tybalt?
I will not rest until I have my revenge on this scoundrel.
Yeah, how dare he be nice to our cousin like that?
Come, cousins, we must find this Montague before he does greater damage.
Yeah, what if he took her out for ice cream or something?
Come now, officer, this is all much ado about nothing.
You mean Shakespeare's comedy first published in 1600s?
No, I mean, like, chill out with the hostility, dude.
I'm afraid, Mr. Locke, this is a very serious indictment.
That was only for like 5 minutes while I got my board waxed.
Well, I'm sorry, sir, but rules are rules.
Oh, what about Mr. Capulet? He bought all those stolen, pirated, duty-free goods for my associate.
But he didn't have a double parking. Anyway, Mr. Capulet may not go to jail, but without your stolen pirated merchandise, I doubt his store will stay in business for long. Plus, his daughter's in love with this mortal enemy.
I knew I should have paid more attention to those Law & Order reruns. Well, compared with that, a few years in Attica doesn't sound so bad. Do you suppose anyone there would be interested in some Ralph Lauren sweaters? I think my associate should not speak until he regains his legal counsel.
Okay, listen, but do you have anything in bright green?
You know, orange would be a way better color for you. What size are you?
So do her parents know yet?
They haven't got a clue.
And neither do his.
Benvolio said they were to seek out Friar Lawrence this very night.
Greetings. I am Friar Tuck.
You mean Friar Lawrence?
No, Friar Tuck. Great name, isn't it?
Sure, it's a fabulous name, but not yours.
Is too.
Is not.
Is too.
Look! Friar Tuck is in the story of Robin Hood. This is the story of Romeo and Juliet. Winifred. Right, Winifred and Juliet. Romeo and Winifred. Whatever. My point is, he is Friar Lawrence.
He could be Friar Tuck.
Yeah, maybe Friar Tuck is coming from Sherwood Forest.
To Manhattan?
Well, maybe he's coming from East Jersey to,
Visit all the other friars.
Yeah, to visit all the other friars, and then he just sees Juliet.
Winifred.
Right, Winifred. In the
subway.
Right, in the subway, and then he decides to help her.
Well...
Fine, be Friar Tuck. Be the Friars Club. Be a 3-pound friar. I don't care. Just get on with it.
Okay. Greetings. I am Friar Tuck.
Greetings, good friar. My man Romeo wants you to marry him in secret.
I'm afraid as a friar I'm not allowed to get married.
No, he wants you to perform his marriage ceremony.
He wishes to marry the daughter of his mortal enemy.
Look, I never said that.
I'm sure you never did say that, my son, but that's no impediment to your marriage. What is the young woman's name?
I'm just not sure.
An odd name, but I've no doubt she's a lovely maiden. When can we be expecting Miss I'm just not sure to arrive?
We are to send her a message by 8:45 of the clock.
Her nurse is to deliver it.
Did someone say nurse? Good friar, are you well? Did you know that friars are especially high risk for water on the knee?
Nope. I'll drive. You got any paper on which I could write a message to your young charge?
Paper? Why, of course not. I never carry the stuff. Far too dangerous. You flirt with the heartbreak of the paper cut whenever you pick it up. I shall carry your message in here.
Very well, then. Tell your charge that I shall marry her and this young man at noon.
Excellent. You shall ferry her and this young man to the moon.
No. At midday, I shall unite their souls.
On the midway, you will smite the moles.
Listen carefully. When the morn has ended, then the two shall be one.
When the corn has been mended, then shall her shoe be undone.
Okay, maybe it would be a good idea if I helped you deliver the message.
Oh, that would be lovely. And if you have any medical problems along the way, I'll be right there to assist you. That's a nasty sounding cough you have. I wonder if it could be COVID.
Anyways, I need to go make the necessary preparations. Boil water, tear bed sheets.
Aren't those the preparations for having a baby?
You can never be too sure.
But Friar, I told you, I'm just not sure.
Isn't it so sweet how he keeps repeating her name? That's true love.
Come, Romeo. We only have 4 hours, and you need to rent a tux.
And hire a caterer.
Oh, I know a fabulous caterer in Little Italy that makes these meatballs that are to die for.
Probably not the best choice of a metaphor in a play about star-crossed lovers, good Romano.
You're gonna need flowers. Have you even picked a color scheme yet?
And a band. You know how hard it is to get a good band on short notice.
Maybe you should go to one of those wedding consultants.
But I don't want...
Of course you don't. You want to plan everything yourself.
It's so much more personal that way.
So we'd better get going.
Hey, do you think Romeo will let us be in the wedding?
If we help him with the shopping, he might.
Well, what are we waiting for?
So, let me get this straight. You're saying that our amortized, non-taxable, prorated capital has accrued a negative cost of living depreciation as a result of dollar cost averaging our fixed assets in a deflationary economy?
Yes, when coupled with your recessionary PE ratio and your net equity.
Along with your long-term accounts payable and margin calls.
And what does that mean exactly?
Well, it means... What does it mean?
Honestly, I don't know, but it doesn't sound good.
And who are you, anyway?
We're two gentlemen from Verona.
No offense, but you don't look like gentlemen.
It's just an expression we use in Verona.
Do you mean Verona Brothers, the accounting firm we hired to do an audit of our corporation?
No, I mean Verona, the beautiful city in Italy that was home to those two famous lovers, Romeo and Juliet. We don't know anything about accounting.
But I can tell you that your business is in trouble. It says so right here.
Let me see that. Ow! Oh, I think I got a paper cut.
A paper cut! At last! Boil some water, tear up some sheets, and everyone stand back. I am a trained medical professional.
According to this, our market share is far too narrow. We need to broaden our appeal. I hate to say this, dear, but I think we need to add a discount line. I'm glad you think so, too. I'll make arrangements to meet with them right away. There still may be some time to save Montagues.
There may be, but we better get him to the hospital quickly. This is the worst paper cut I've ever seen.
And how many have you seen exactly?
Including this one?
Yes.
1.
I've come as you bid, good friar, to be married to my dearest love, Zach. I mean Romeo.
You're not seriously getting married in those shoes, are you?
What's the matter with them? I got them at Capulets while Mommy was busy scraping gum off the dressing room floor.
I could have guessed. Oh well, there's nothing to be done now. I just hope the videographer can make you look a little less... You know what, never mind. Joyful day and all that.
Good Friar Lawrence.
Tuck!
Why? He said Tuck, not Duck. Remember? He likes to be called Friar Tuck.
All right. Good Friar Tuck. We have brought Romeo to be wed.
Do you have the flowers?
No.
Caterers on the way, are they?
Not exactly.
Band?
Couldn't get one.
Rings?
Please tell me you at least have the rings.
We had them. We had a good fire.
It took a lot of quarters.
We also have 8 bone spells, 9 rainbow stickers, and a Harry Styles trading card.
Here they are.
Well, at least they match the shoes. Let's begin.
Might I have a word in private, good friar?
Having doubts, are you, my good man? Rare is it that the groom doesn't get cold feet on the day of his wedding.
Cold feet? That could be a sign of pneumonia or the bubonic plague even. Perhaps I should bandage
Later,
him.
fair nurse. Later. Now, Romeo, let me ask you one question there, buddy. Aren't you not sure that you don't want to not marry Winifred?
Yes?
Well, there you are then, problem solved.
It is?
Absolutely.
Well, all right then.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered together to secretly join Romeo and Winifred in holy matrimony. If anyone knows of any just impediment to this union, please let him speak now or forever hold his peace.
You mean other than the fact that their families are mortal enemies?
Well, I mean, other than that, we all know that.
And the fact that they're only 15 and 16 years old?
And the age of consent in New York is 17.
Well, we know about that impediment as well.
What about the fact that we've known each other for about 15 hours? Does that count?
Well, naturally, we know about that impediment. What I'm trying to say is that other than the fact that their parents and the laws of New York forbid it, and that they've only known each other for 15 hours, does anyone know of any just impediment to this union?
No, I can't think of any.
No, I think that about covers it.
Fine. Romeo, do you take Winifred to have and to hold and all that jazz, at least until the end of Act 5?
Wait, I thought there are only 2.5 acts.
I do.
And Winifred, do you take Romeo?
Wait, would it be okay if I called him Zac Efron?
Yeah, sure. Winifred, do you take, oh my God, Zac, in sickness and in health, and all that jazz, at least until the end of the play?
Yes, I do.
Well then, I hereby pronounce you secretly married. You may kiss the bride.
But do I have to in front of all these people?
It's just whenever it's convenient.
Well, what have we here?
Looks like a little Montague family reunion.
Say, what are you guys doing with that gang of bums?
Yeah, what have you been doing? Holding a secret marriage or something?
No. We were chasing that guy.
Yeah, he was the one that broke into Winifred's garden last night.
You. I see you at the Globe where you dare to dance with my fair cousin. You shall answer this impertinence with your life. Bring me a sword!
We haven't got any. Say, didn't we order some swords yesterday?
Yeah, but they was back-ordered.
Whew! Nothing like roasting hot dogs over an open fire.
Excuse me, good friar. May we borrow your skewers for a moment?
Certainly. Who needs one?
Myself and this impertinent Montague. Romeo.
I'm really not into fencing, but you go ahead.
It rather defeats the purpose if you do not fight me.
I shall fight you, Tybalt. But I warn you, I am highly trained.
In fencing?
No, in French cooking. But if he comes at me with a meringue, I'll know just what to do.
Fight! Tis but a touch.
Fight! Would you mind stopping for a Powerade?
That sounds good to me. Fight.
Fight. Why? That's the biggest armadillo I've ever seen in my life.
Where? I don't see an armadillo.
She's hit.
What have you done?
Lemon meringue. I should have known.
You shall answer for this, Tybalt.
No, Master Romeo, this feud has gone on long enough. How many more people must suffer the fate of poor Mercutio?
Only one.
Officer Esclos is approaching. Fly, fly!
You people are pathetic. If there was a law against being pathetic, I'd be running you all in. Good day, Master Friar.
Good day, officer.
Tybalt, are you all right? Sorry. Who would do such a thing?
I'm afraid it was Master Romeo.
Romeo? Who's that?
Right. You know, your husband, Zach.
Oh, my dear Zach. How could he? Come, cousin.
Yeah, come on, we better get out of here before the nurse shows up and bandages us to death.
Do you have the papers, Mrs. Montague?
Right here, Mrs. Capulet.
Should we tell these people what we're up to?
Well, we haven't even told our own husbands yet, so why should these people be any different?
That's a good point.
Now, what happened to my hot dogs?
How now, good Master Friar?
Very how? Thank you.
How goes the play?
Things could be better. 2 people have been hit by pies, and Romeo has run off from his wife.
Of course, things could be worse. I mean, no one is actually dead yet.
Bring out your dad! Bring out your dad!
Apparently, we haven't got any dead.
What do you mean you haven't gotten any dead? It's the 2nd act. You must have dead by now.
Nope.
Tybalt has a cold.
It's just a sniffle, really.
Oh, Mercutio has a cut on his finger.
Is it a paper cut?
But other than that, we're all in perfect health.
Call yourself a tragedy.
Well, actually, we're a tragical comedy.
Yeah, a tragical comedy. What is that anyway?
Haven't got the slightest clue.
Boy, I'm tired. I think I'll take a nap.
Why do you want to take a nap out here? On the street?
Yeah. Don't you have an actual bed someplace?
In case you haven't noticed, this play is almost over. Now, I can go inside and take my nap, and you all can just sit here while the play ends off stage. Or I could take my nap here.
Apologies, Mistress Winifred. Let's make the young lady comfortable, shall we?
You heard what she said. Make the lady comfortable.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Where is she? Oh, Winifred, how could our love have come to this? Rent asunder by our family's quarrel. And now you lay in your tomb, forbidden from loving me and unable to live without me. Oh, woe is me. Bring me a vial of poison so that I may join my dearest love in eternal sleep.
Here's sad Romeo. Do what you must.
What is it?
Powerade.
And now I join you, dearest Winifred.
Well, that was certainly entertaining. Aren't you glad you came? All right, let's get on with it.
Look well, Capulets and Montagues, what your feud has led to.
You really shouldn't use a preposition to end a sentence with.
Fiddlesticks! That is a sort of grammatical nitpicking up with which I shall not put. Now, Capulets, Montagues, aren't you ashamed of yourselves?
No.
Not a bit.
But look at your children. Do you see where your feud has led them?
We don't have any feud.
Wait, we don't?
No, we don't.
But I thought I was supposed to hate him and all of his kinsmen from the deepest recesses of my heart.
Yeah, ditto.
Well, we did have a feud until these 2 fine ladies told me that Montague's was in danger of going bankrupt if we didn't diversify.
Always glad to be of service, ma'am. And I found out that these 2 men were being arrested for selling pirated merchandise to Capulets.
Is there a lawyer in the house?
So Mrs. Capulet and I came to a little agreement. Ladies?
Monulet and Capigue's New York Emporium.
Where class meets crass.
But what about them?
My dearest Zach, it seems that the fates will keep us apart as long as we live in this cruel world. But have you left no poison for me? Fear not. I shall join you soon, my love.
What is she doing?
Shh, just watch.
Is this a Swiss Army knife I see before me? Oh, happy spoon, here's thy sheath. Oh, happy spoon, here's thy sheath. I'm not sure this is going to work. Oh, happy toothpick, here's thy sheath.
What are you doing?
Trying to kill myself because you left no poison for me?
Well, I could get some more, but it didn't seem to work very well. Maybe I should try the toothpick.
It doesn't work either.
Excuse me, but could you two possibly be any denser? I mean, look at yourselves. You're alive. And look, your parents are right over there.
Oh, that should solve the problem. I'm sure they'll kill us.
Kill you? Are you kidding? We want to use you in our new TV commercial.
Well, as you can tell, everything's going to be all right after all. The Montagues like the Capulets.
Romeo and Winifred are forgiven.
Tybalt and Mercutio have even decided to start a pie shop together.
So, if you'll tune into New York's #1 TV station, I think we can finish off the play.
Hi, folks. I'm a crazy Capulet.
And I'm a classy Montague. You know, when we got married, people said it would never work out.
But they were wrong. And how do we make our marriage work?
It's easy. We go to Monulet and Capigue's for all our shopping needs.
Where the fashion is high and the prices are low.
Gee, Winifred, this dress is only $29. You really must be insane.
I'd have to be to marry you.
At Monulet and Capigue's, we have everything a New Yorker could want, from top designers to rock-bottom prices.
So whether you're going to a charity ball
or getting a charity handout,
Monulet and Capigue's is the store for you.
Monulets and Capigue's. If you don't shop with us, that would be a tragedy.